Hey YouTube, another video brought to you by phoneconverters.com. Today we have lots of iPads to fix and lots of phones to fix, but today we're going to be fixing this one. As you can see, it's been dropped. It still works, but it's been dropped and it's been banged there in the corner. I don't know if you can pick that up. Just there, the bezel has a dent, which in turn has caused a cracked screen, and the screen is lifting up here. So for anyone that's got a cracked screen, today we're changing the screen. The LCD and the touch appear to be still working, so it's just the digitizer that needs changing. I've already taken the SIM card out, so let's get on with it. First thing to do is obviously turn your screen off. If your digitizer, if your screen is broken so much that you can't see what you're doing, what you have to do is take the screen up and make sure that the first thing you disconnect is the battery. Fortunately for us, we've just got one little crack there, so if you can, make sure your iPad's turned off. We're going to need a couple of scrapers, even though it's actually going to be quite easy to get into, because as you can see the screen's actually coming away from the bezel. We need our heat gun, obviously. If you haven't got a heat gun, get your hairdryer, or your mum's hairdryer, or your sister's hairdryer. What we're going to do is we're just going to heat round the corner, around the edge of the iPad. The adhesive is stuck underneath the black line, as you can see there. So because the adhesive's underneath, we've got to heat it up, obviously, to get the adhesive loose. For those of you wondering why I'm wearing gloves, I mean, I've been fixing iPads and iPhones and MacBooks, and I've been fixing them for years now, and in my experience, leaving fingerprints on an LCD or a component or whatever is you'll struggle to get them off. So you've got a pair of latex gloves, put them on. It's not a massive issue if you haven't. I'm just used to wearing them. Okay, so as we heat the adhesive up, it lifts the screen up. We shouldn't struggle though, because as I said, the screen's actually coming away from the bezel at the bottom. This iPad isn't mine actually, it belongs to a customer. I think one of the kids dropped it. Like I said, we've got lots of iPads to fix, and I'm going to show you numerous repairs. If you want to subscribe, is that right, Joshua? Subscribe?
Yep.
I'm just going to tell you the truth. I didn't actually know how to make a YouTube video, but now the kids are on summer holidays and they're a little bored, and they've asked me if they can film me doing my repairs. As you can see, I've got lots of iPads. Joshua just over there. I've got lots of iPads and iPhones to fix. So if you want to subscribe, leave a comment. Is that right, Joshua?
Yep.
If you want to leave a comment, because, you know, let's face it, we're trying to fix our tech.
Also like the video.
Thank you. I said that without my mouth moving. I'm really good with computers and tech. I'm just this is actually my first YouTube video, I don't mind admitting. Like I said, if you leave a comment and we can fix our tech for cheap, which is obviously the reason why you're watching this video. As you can see, I'm just gently, very, very gently, bit by bit. It's not a race. Very gently lifting the bezel. Just be careful here and here. As you can see, you've got the home button at the bottom and you've got the camera at the top. So what I want you to do at the top with the camera is just go over it. Don't go deeper into the camera, just go over the top of it and then go deeper again. But like I said, I've been very fortunate with this iPad because it's got a bang, which in turn has lifted the screen up for us. Now, the iPad mini should open like a book. What I mean by that is, as you lift the screen, as you can see there, there's nothing holding that side in. But as you open the screen very gently, you'll see that the iPad mini is actually connected here. That is the digitizer cable. And yeah, I'm just checking where that is before I lift it up. As we get the screen lifted, now you can see just there where the digitizer cable is. So obviously we can't rip that, even though the screen is broken. It doesn't actually matter if you rip that. The simple reason is that we're going to be throwing it away anyway. So as I said, it opens like a book. So what I want you to do, I don't want you to open it as I've just done. I want you to put your iPad, if you're looking for pointers, I want you to put your iPad with the home button on the right, and I want you to open it like a book. So lift it from the top and open it like a book. That is the correct way of doing it. So if you just see me lifting it that way, don't do that. No, open it like a book from left to right. That's the correct way of doing it. Right, okay, so we finished with the heat gun, which is still smoking, so I'm going to leave that there to cool down. Inside the iPad mini, this one is the 4G. I do actually know the lady that owns it, it's not mine. She's already taken the SIM card out, so I'm not worried about the SIM tray for the minute. We've turned it off, which is obviously job number one. We've opened it up. Now the LCD is connected by 4 screws, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we need to remove them. I can actually see somebody's tried to repair this before, and the reason why is because the adhesive that's on it is not actually Apple adhesive. The roll is a standard roll that you can buy off eBay. I've got it myself actually. Just get this screw out. Just going to shut this door down because I can hear the TV in the background. Okay, so there's the screws loose. I'm just going to pull them all out because for whatever reason they didn't want to come out. That doesn't want to come out. Definitely loose. Okay. When you're lifting the LCD, this is the reason why I've got the gloves on. This screw's starting to irritate me now. There it is. Screwdriver's supposed to be magnetic and pick it up, but it didn't. Right, when you pick the LCD up, this is why I wear these gloves. Firstly, inside the iPad, I don't want you using anything metal to lift any components because the battery's still plugged in and you'll get a spark, you'll get a short and you'll break your components. This is a plastic spudger. I don't know what to advise you to use except for a plastic spudger. So if you don't have one of these, you're going to have to use your head, but please don't use anything metal. Don't use, you know, a fork or a knife out of your kitchen drawer because you will short something out. Find something plastic to lift the LCD. Now the LCD is going to go the same as the digitizer screen did. It's going to go from left to right, but we're only going to lift it halfway, and I'll show you the reason why we're only going to lift it halfway. actually get underneath it. Because the iPad doesn't want to play ball. There we go. Now, as we lift the LCD, you have to pull it forward. By pulling it forward, you're effectively lifting the white brackets there, where they screw down. You have to lift it up to pop it on top, if that makes sense. So you can't just lift it straight up. You have to lift it and pull it forward. Here, you have to pull it to the left as well, which will allow it to move up. Now, what we need to do is just don't pop the LCD on top of the screen. Get some bubble wrap or something else to separate them, because if this LCD gets scratched, it can so easily break. I think it's about 30 quid for a new LCD for an iPad mini. So just put something, anything, even if it's just a kitchen towel in between them. In this case, obviously I've got bubble wrap because I do this for a living. Now, there are 16 screws, or there's supposed to be 16 screws, but some of them are actually missing. There's 16 screws on the plate, 8 on each side, and you need to remove them all to do the next job. With some of them being missing, there's actually a couple that are loose. There's at least 2 there that are loose. So somebody's definitely been messing about with this iPad. It wasn't me. And by the way, you're going to figure out, if you're attempting this repair yourself, the right hand side here is magnetic. So usually when you undo the screws, they're going to stick, as they just have done there. So you're probably going to need a pair of tweezers to get the screws out. And then you start losing them. It's a good job we've got lots of spares. That's probably how the screws became lost in the first place.
Where'd it go?
I'm not too sure. I've got spare ones in there though, so we'll actually put 16 back as they're supposed to be. Now again, something plastic to lift the plate up. Please don't use anything metal, because underneath here you've got the logic board and the circuits and everything else. We can actually get in here. There we go, and it should just slide from right to left. It decides it wants to move. There we go. Popping my bubbles, young man. Sorry to tell you, but we've left one of the screws in. That's not very good, is it? There we go. Tweezers again. about this, guys, but as I said, you're going to figure out that if you do this repair yourself, that the screws will stick to the right hand side of your iPad. And we are getting this screw. We are going to get it. And we will put 16 back in, because there should be 16 in. I think I've counted at least 5 that are missing. And the one I dropped on the floor, sorry about that, so that's 6. Like I said, we are going to get this screw. And now we have it. There we go. Okay. So, now that we're in the iPad, keep all your screws together, which is what I like to do, because as I said, some of them are missing. And let the screws off the LCD, obviously. Now, inside the iPad, there is a tiny plate here. There are 3 screws on it. And that is our next job. Like I said, my screwdriver is supposed to be magnetic, but I've had it and used it that long. So, now that we have the plate off, as you can see, again, plastic, don't use anything metal. There is the LCD cable. Underneath the LCD cable is the digitizer, the screen wire, and there is the battery. As soon as you take the plate off, I know some of you have still got your iPads turned on because your screens are that smashed you can't do anything. The first job I want you to do is that. Disconnect the battery. Don't pull it up with your finger. Again, find something plastic. Sorry for sounding like a crap record, but you know, if you start pressing metal into the components, or you know, onto the circuit board. I've been soldering for 18 years, I think it is now, and the most common fault on a circuit board is that somebody's been touching it with a screwdriver, or they've shorted something out, and just get something plastic. So now that we've disconnected the battery, all you're going to do, same again with the LCD, just a little ping up, simple. The broken digitizer, that's my daughter screaming, the broken digitizer, the front screen, is the same again, a little ping, but your digitizer should be stuck down there. So as you lifted that up, don't worry that it's not disconnected, you've disconnected it from the board, which is what we want. The iPad here is connected by stickers underneath, so you're going to have to peel them back. Sorry, the LCD is connected by stickers, so you're going to have to peel them back. Don't do it with your hand because you'll rip them. Just get your plastic. Remember, the battery's disconnected now, so it doesn't matter if you're touching the components because there's no power going to it. Just peel the stickers back up, and then the LCD will come away. So, now that the LCD has come away, I can just get my bubble wrap, and we'll pop the bubble wrap there. We've got our new part to go on to the iPad. This is broken, as we know. In my opinion, if you're replacing the digitizer, buy one that's got the adhesive already on it and the home button already stuck down for you, because it's going to save you a massive job. And if you buy one with the home button already on and the adhesive already on, all you actually have to do is pull it up and throw it in the bin. Solved. Now, inside the iPad, on the bezel, all the adhesive that you see has to be taken off. I'm just going to take my glove off to do this because it's going to get very sticky. The reason why you have to take all the adhesive off is because we're going to make our own imprint, if you will. We're going to stick stick our new screen down. If you don't have any adhesive to put back down, you're going to have to buy some, or just buy the stickers on eBay. So just put in iPad mini adhesive stickers. I think they're about £1.50, something like that. Don't try sticking your screen down on the old stuff, or if you do try and it's flush and stuck down, then fine, but I'd buy the stickers if I were you. Like I said, they're £1.50. I use the adhesive roll. So I'm just going to take this adhesive off now because I need to fix this bit here, which is the reason why the screen broke in the first place. Hey YouTube, sorry about that. The memory was full on the iPad. Yeah, so we were scraping away the adhesive all the way around the iPad, and we're going to use our new digitizer screen. Remember, make sure you buy the one with the adhesive already secured on it. I don't know how I've ended up buying this one because the adhesive is separate. There we are, that's better. Now, when you're replacing the digitizer, the remember is the new one that you're going to put on, make sure you buy, I'm sorry for sounding like a stuck record, make sure you buy one that has the adhesive and the home button already installed. It's just going to save you so much time and messing around. iPad mini digitizer replacement screen on eBay. I think they're £13.50. And as I said, the home button and there's the home button and the adhesive. You just got to peel it off. It's all already installed. So all you have to do is undo the packet and plug it in. Now, what we did earlier, we're going to do again, but in reverse. So you have to put the digitizer screen on first. If I can get it to clip in. There we go. And then your LCD. Now you know the reason why I'm wearing gloves. LCD fits in second, obviously. Now, when the LCD is in, we need to test that everything is working. So there's the LCD. Now we're about to connect the battery again. Just remember, when the battery's connected, don't be touching anything at all inside with anything metal. So if you've got a screwdriver or a spudger or whatever, don't touch anything now because there's power going back to it. So before we screw these down, I'm just going to check that the LCD and the touch both work, which I'm sure they will. Again guys, this is just a fix it video. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I don't sell the screens, but I do buy broken iPads, iPhones, iPods, MacBooks. If you need anything fixing, get online, phoneconverters.com. If you don't want to repair your own, sell it to us, we'll still buy it off you broken. And it decides to boot. Again, all we're doing now is just checking that the touchscreen and the LCD work, and when they do, I'll show you how to fit it all back together, and that's us done. As I said guys, I've got other videos if you want to subscribe and write a comment. Is that right, Alex?
Yeah.
We've got other iPads. Yeah, we're alright, I know we are. We've got other iPads that we have to fix. Some we have to solder, some have dim backlights, some have, I think there's at least one that needs the battery replacing as well, and we've got iPhone 5s, we've got iPhone 6s, iPhone 7s that we need to fix. I've actually got iPhones all over my office. Well, it's not actually an office, it's more a converted back kitchen, but you know, it doesn't really matter, does it? Yeah, so tune in for more videos, subscribe and comment, leave your comments at the bottom of the videos, and we'll all get our tech fixed cheaper, which is ultimately what we're here for. Like I said, if you don't want to do it yourself, send it to us at phoneconverters.com, and we'll either fix it for you or buy it from you if you want to sell it to us. So that is definitely working, as we know. I'm going to show you how to pull the adhesive strips off and everything else in a minute. We'll just put this back together first, because as I said, it's not ours, it belongs to a customer. And again, if you've got anything broken, iPhones, iPods, iPads, do you want to send them to us? We'll fix them. Now we have the massive problem of putting the very tiny screws in a very tiny hole, so if this takes me a while, guys, sorry about that. Don't lose any of your screws though, they're so tiny, they're so easy to lose. As I said, guys, this is my first YouTube video, and we're going to be making a lot more videos, so if you've got any tech that's broken, join in with us on YouTube. And I've been fixing iPads and iPhones for years, but if you've got any comments for me, any comments for anybody else, or if anyone knows anywhere cheaper that we can get any parts, leave a link in the description. Really hate these fiddly screws. Like I said, guys, they're so tiny you can lose them, so just be careful and be patient. Patience is definitely something I have. We haven't had a visit from the tea fairy today. There's no cup of tea. Hint, hint. Hopefully the tea fairy will come. Okay, that's the plate secured back down. And this is the plate that I don't like. Again, the battery's secured in now. I did use my metal screwdriver, but I wasn't touching any of the components. Your components are behind here. I'm going to go into it in depth in soldering, and I think that one needs a battery as well. So this shield here and this shield here, you've got no reason to touch them or to take the covers off if you're just replacing the digitizer. If you're having logic board problems, have a look at my other videos and we'll talk through them, and there's actually a tutorial as well how to solder, because I've been soldering for very nearly 20 years, and if I may say so, I'm pretty good at it. But I've also got a few cheats for you with solder paste, or solder paste if you're watching in America. I'm not sure why you guys call it solder, but I'm sure you'd say the same about me calling it solder. I really hate these plates, getting them back in. Remember, don't force your plate back in, just, you know, manipulate it back in. Don't bend it. You can push it down, but just, you know, be careful with it, because it's only thin metal. I don't really like them very much. But they're one of the parts of the iPad, and they've got to go back. And here's the reason why I don't like them, because the magnetic strip at the back, and there we go, already sucking the screws in. It just takes a while, guys, just let me apologise in advance. Well, as I promised, this is a full video from start to finish on how to fix your digitizer screen. I don't know who fixed this before me or who's been messing around with it, but what I do know is a couple of these screws are missing. So again, sorry for sounding like a stuck record, but please be careful with these screws. And remember, the plate has to go on. It's an LCD cover. Put all the components back where they came from, put all of the screws back in the correct holes. It may take you a while if you're not used to screwing the small screws in. I don't mind the screws, it's just this plate, again it's magnetic across here, so just, you know, you do need patience to do this repair. Yep, this is the reason why I don't like it. Hey guys, sorry about that. The screws are now all in. Just persevere with it. It's a job that I hate doing that. They're in now, so it's just taken me nearly 15 minutes to get them all in because the magnetic strip here. But never mind, we're done now. The LCD, again, don't get any fingerprints actually on the LCD because you won't get them off, no matter how much you scrub away. And you can break the LCD as well by scrubbing. So let's just get this secured down because we have very nearly finished. Very shortly we will have our iPad up and working. As you already saw, we've tested it and it's working, which it should be because the digitizer is brand new. How's the battery, Joshua?
Don't know.
Is the battery running short?
Huh?
Is the battery running short?
Last time I checked it was on 24%.
Okay, good.
Should I take it out?
Yeah, you can go. So, with one more screw. That will be us. Remember, you've got to pull the sheen off your new digitizer.
So
screen.
blurred.
Is it? Have you got it?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, that's everything done. Back together. We've put all the where we should go. There are the sheens, as I said, and the adhesive that we need to take off. So we need to go ahead and do that now, because when we put this screen down, it's going to be staying down. Just be careful that you don't rip the digitizer cable out. And as I said, guys, make sure that you buy the screen that has the adhesive and the home button already already installed for you. It's just a massive job that it's going to save you so much time. And all you have to do is pull the shield off. If they decide to come up, there's one. That's two.
That's 5%. Sorry, guys.
So you might get stuff these days, can you? Sorry about this, guys. I'm just trying to pull this adhesive strip up. Don't want to play ball. Let's have a quick look. You may get some trouble just trying to pull the sheen away from it, but don't worry about it. Don't let it put you off buying this screen, because, like I said, I mean, I buy them on eBay, and for 13 quid, 13 and a half quid, pre-made with adhesive and the home button. Just gonna pin this one around here because it's going underneath. There we go. I might have to just take it off this side instead. Yeah, like I said, for 13 and a half quid, already made up for you. It's a very inexpensive fix on your iPad. There we go. Sorry guys, this screen really doesn't want to play ball today. Normally a screen replacement should take you about probably 20 minutes. I think I've spent the best part of half an hour at least on this now. There we go. Now, remember, try not to touch the inside of the screen now, because we've taken the sheet inside. Okay, so everything's together, as you know. The adhesive is ready to be stuck down. We had in this corner the tiny problem with the bezel, which, if you're watching this video, you're going to want to know how to fix your screen. Chances are you've probably got a bump, at least one bump, in one of the corners of your screen. So if you can see there, what I've had to do when the teeth area was on the way, I just got a coin, a 5p piece, and just pressed the 5p piece around it, just to push the area back out so that it's rounded again, because if you put the screen back on with a pushed or an indented corner, it'll crack your screen. So what you have to do is just get a 5p piece and then bend the bezel back out so it's all flush, and when it's all flush, your new screen will go down flush. And if it doesn't go down flush, you've got a massive problem. So let's just hope that I've bent this out correct, which I'm sure I have because I've done it many times before. We're leaving the top sheen, whoops, not that bit. We're leaving the top sheen on because we're obviously pressing it, so don't take that off until you're happy that your screen, and this is all of the experience that I have, has taught me to do it this way. So press down just along the edges, yep, around the edges of your iPad, so you don't break the screen. It has gone flush, thankfully, so I have fixed the bezel, so the 5p trick does work. Like I said, I've done it many times, guys, over the past number of years. You don't have to work with a glove on, but as I said, I got used to it. I'm left-handed, you see, so when I'm picking things up, it's just a natural, it's a natural hand for me to have a glove on, so you're not spreading your fingerprints everywhere. Okay, let's have a quick look. Yep, into the corner there where we had our crack. I mean, the bezel's still, you know, clearly damaged, but for, you know, what was a bang, the 5p trick it's barely even noticeable. You'd have to put your eyes really close to notice it, but the important thing is if you bang the corner of your iPad, make sure that the screen sits flat. Make sure it sits flush, like that and like that. Because if it doesn't sit flush, you're going to crack it. And if you crack it, well, you just wasted your time and money. So make sure that the screen sits flat. Make sure you push it all down, all the way around. The only thing is, don't press down in the middle there, obviously, you're just pressing down around the sides. And in my experience, keep doing it from the back as well. There's no minimum amount of presses here, guys. You can press it hundreds and you can be doing this for an hour until it's flush. And again, this isn't our iPad, this is a customer fix. And I believe our customer is going to be very happy because that is all sitting down. Let's have a quick look here. Yes, happy with that. The way to check it, guys, is to just lift it up and go round the edges and make sure the bezel and the screen are like that, flush. Yeah. So when they are flush, if they're not, just press it down a little. Because that one is slightly higher than I'd like it to be. So when you press it down, it should look like that. Now, when you've changed your screen, you can be using it a day, 2 days, 3 days, and you'll find that, you know, a small part of it may have popped up. Just do this. Just press it back down again. It's the adhesive. It's not you. It's the adhesive. And that is as good as